Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here and welcome back to another Cardano video or another Cardano live stream. I will give it a few seconds once we start now just to make sure that you guys can actually hear me. So there is a slight delay from when I start the video here to when you guys can actually see and hear me. So let me know in the comments if you can and then we will proceed. Yeah, I think sound is on. Okay, so look, there's no real main topic on the video today. It's been a while since I've done a live stream. The channel has grown substantially since I've done the last one. We've now crossed 27,000 subscribers. Huge thank you to everyone that continues to subscribe, continues to like the videos, hits that like, share button, everything down below. That really does help. So we will go to questions on the live stream after. I suppose one thing that we generally start with is the charts, but there's also one other thing that I want to start with here, and this is the scammers in the comment section. So as you guys will have seen, there are people giving out WhatsApp numbers all the time. I'll never give out a WhatsApp number. I will never recommend trading managers. I'll never do any of that type of stuff. I'll never ask you guys for funds or anything like that. So if you see these types of messages, then just know that it's not me. I do spend a lot of time every day deleting them. It's going to get to the stage where I just can't keep up with deleting them. So if you see them, please don't be fooled by them. So that's on the scams. So let's take a look at CoinMarketCap and or CoinGecko and see where we are. So let's refresh. Currently, Cardano is holding the third position. It has had a nice bounce since this morning. So I posted out some charts this morning on the Telegram group and within Twitter. And you can see that we are up 1.4% over the day after having a dip over the last few days. But look, the dip was nothing related to Cardano. It was nothing specifically related to it anyway. It was a market-wide dip. So you can see that the whole market was down. But if we start to look at the 7-day, you can see that Cardano is still up 8.8% over 7 days, while Bitcoin is only up 2.6, Ethereum 1.6. So again, always remember to scroll back out when you're looking at the chart. So don't get worried if you see these small dips. Sometimes they don't seem too small. So when you are in here on this type of view, this looks like a huge dip because all you see is the chart going down. But when you start to scroll out and you start to see that overall the market is still very much in an uptrend. So this is the 80 USD chart here. So you can see that this is the overall uptrend that I'm watching. Now we did get extremely close to hopping out of it here late last night. If we scroll in here, the downtrend that we've been in the last, I suppose, just over a week now, you can see it was coming down all the time here and then it started to really dip last night, but we didn't actually come all the way down to touch the uptrend. You can see it bounced before that, but once we got to the top, it got rejected back down again. Now this type of wick here, this does not appear in all charts. So some charts you're looking at now, you will see that this wick is on it, but this looks like somebody made a massive mistake trading on some exchange and they might have sold at market or something like that, and you've seen this big spike down which was bought up straight away, and it actually forced us to get up through the downtrend. Now I wouldn't call this completely out of the downtrend just yet. I would like to see us at least holding this level, if not moving a bit further up. But even in this dip here, as well as staying in the overall uptrend, what was really good to see was this 102 level did hold fairly strong. So once we came down through 118, 115, I suppose there as well, there was not a whole lot between them levels apart from the 102 was the next level. We did hold that, which was good to see. Failing that, you would have been looking at the 95.6, but then again, not a huge amount in the last while as support. It was more resistance at one stage where we struggled to get above. We never really tested it too much as a support. So then you'd have been looking at down to the 80 cent. Do I think we're going to 80 cent? I would hope we don't come down that far. But again, it's going to depend on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a bit all over the place right now. You can see we were in the downtrend for Bitcoin here. So we were falling all the time. We finally got out of it, and that's when things started to recover a bit. But again, then the last few days we've been in this downtrend. So we did break out of it earlier on. Where are we? 2-3 hours ago we broke out of it. but again, starting to fall again. So right now, Bitcoin's very unstable. So we need it to make up its mind where it wants to go before Cardano can actually get some proper movement to the upside. So let's take a quick look at the comments. Where am I? Starting at the beginning. I appreciate everyone who does tune in, saying favorite channel, all the likes. I do appreciate that. We have 478 people live at the minute, and we have 100 likes. Engine Coin, yeah, Engine Coin isn't one that I own, but it has had a serious run over the last few days. I think they have had some big announcements, but again, it's just I haven't had time to look into everything. Going to $2 by Monday. I think $2 by Monday would be a fair stretch when you look where we are right now. I would settle for getting back above 133 by Monday if that was possible. Even that right now looks like a stretch, but for me to get some real movement to the upside, we have to reclaim this 133, get above 133, come back down, test 133 again as support, and then we try and move for the next leg up to the upside to try and get above what was the all-time high now that we hit just over a week ago, really, maybe a week and a half ago. So again, these are the targets to the upside, is getting above the 133 and reclaiming that again, getting that as support before we can get a strong move to the upside. Because when we got above it before, we had one small test here, but we failed it on the second one. And then it was actually acting as resistance here once, twice, a third time here, where we struggled to get above. So when we get up to the 133, I would expect a bit of resistance there, and getting past that and getting it as support will be the goal to go to the upside. What else have we got in the... Now, I do have the chat on slow-mo today because the last time we done a live stream, there was a lot of spam in the chat. So slow-mo means that everyone can comment, one comment per minute. What else have we got here? Did I hear about them firing their legal team? No, I didn't hear anything on that. I will look around after this, but I didn't hear anything for that. Where else are we? Any news? No, I didn't hear anything on the Africa deal either. Let me just make sure I'm bringing up the right screens here. So window, yeah. Okay, what else have we got? What software? I use TradingView. So the charts you're looking at on the screen are TradingView. On wallets, yeah, Daedalus is the main wallet. I'm slightly leaning towards Yoroi at the minute. If you're using a hardware wallet, then Yoroi is a really good wallet. I'm going to go into Yoroi now in a minute as well, because I have got some native assets. I got some Spacecoins. Anyone on Twitter will have seen Spacecoins mentioned. They were created by Kyle from Frog Stake Pool. So again, I will show you them in a minute and how they look within a wallet. Fund 3 snapshot. Yep, Fund 3 snapshot is done, and voting is going to start this evening. I think 7 o'clock this evening maybe. It should become live within the app. So what are we, 3 hours from now? 250 by May. It depends how quickly we can reclaim that 133, I would say. So I've always said kind of looking towards predictions for the end of the year where we can go. To me, it all depends on getting above that all-time high and holding it, finding support above that, and that's when we can then look to move further up to the upside. Where is chat going? So when DeFi and NFTs go live on ADA, when can we pick up tokens? I would expect after smart contracts, Gog and everything goes live, then we're going to see DEXs following along fairly quickly. And that's where you will be able to buy them. Now at the minute, there are native assets being passed around. You can send them, send and receive them. I'll show them in my wallet now in a second when I catch up on this. When will there be NFT? To be honest, NFTs are not a topic that I have done near enough research on to be able to give qualified opinions on. And actually on qualified opinions, not a financial advisor. So anything I say on the charts my own opinion. I'm just sharing it in the hope to help people understand them a little bit better. But as always, make your own decisions. Coinbase listing, no news on Coinbase. I haven't voted yet either because it's going live this evening at 7 o'clock. So maybe on Monday I will include some of Catalyst voting within the video then, when we can actually see and we can actually vote. So I will try and include a segment of that either Monday or one of the videos next week. 10x by October, I don't see it. We've already done 10x this year, so I don't see another 10x from where we currently are within this year. Hints that Africa may be delayed. I don't have any more news on Africa than anyone else, to be honest. I'm kind of waiting on some of the announcements that are going to come out there. Where do I buy apart from eToro, KuCoin? I wouldn't buy on eToro because you can't withdraw them. The same with Uphold, you can't withdraw your ADA. So I personally stick to Binance and Kraken. I know some people in the States can't use them, so what some people do is they buy their Bitcoin on the likes of Coinbase and then send it over to KuCoin, where you can actually buy ADA then with cryptocurrency that you already have, because they're not using KYC for now anyway. What am I missing? Do you mean delayed? Oh yeah, that was the Cardano airdrops. I haven't seen anything about airdrops yet. Uroi, can we use Uroi? I know I've seen videos from the testnet of using functionality like MetaMask within Uroi to actually interact with other websites. It's not live yet, but there definitely will be functionality like that coming, especially when we smart contracts and other things that need interaction like that as well. So again, Uroi is a really good lightweight wallet. Daedalus is great for security and having everything on your laptop. It is that little bit slower, but you do get that bit extra security. When AW on Coinbase, no idea, to be honest. It's that question that everybody wants to know, really. What else have we got here? Can we go 5x from here to December? It's more reasonable than a 10x. A 5x from here would still be a huge jump. That would be what, a $5.50, $5.50 to $5.70 ADA. I don't see it this year, to be honest. There's lots of people who will tell you that we're going to hit a $50 ADA this year, but I won't. If we can hit a $3 to $4 ADA this year, I would be extremely happy with that. And not even just hit these numbers. Like, it's easy, well, not easy, but you can hit these types of numbers, but actually holding these types of numbers will be the big thing for me personally. So if we finish this year holding a $2 to $3 ADA, this will be an extremely successful year. So again, my longer term predictions, once we establish above the all-time high, I will look at them there. Hardware wallet supporting Catalyst, not this time and not in the next vote either. From what I've seen, it's going to be another 1 or 2 funds before we can do that. Crypto.com, see it mentioned there as an option for buying ADA as well. Just be careful with your withdrawals. I know they used to have a very high withdrawal fee for ADA, so if you are withdrawing, make sure it's not small amounts. I think it was 10 ADA maybe at one stage. Do I think we can hit a new all-time high? Yeah, I definitely think we can hit a new all-time high. Like, it's only up at, where are we? Yeah, we're having a bit of a pullback right now. Let's see if we can keep above the downtrend while we're here. But look, the all-time high, I suppose, is up here at the 149 cent. So it's not a huge jump from where we are, but realistically, I'll be looking at this 133 first. Where's my questions gone? Video. Where am I? How do you... Yes, that was the all-time high. Sorry, questions are moving a bit quicker. I'm just scrolling down through them here. Yeah, Michael, $3 ADA this year would be... If you offered a $3 ADA to anyone who's in the project for the long term, at the beginning of this year when we were down around the 10 cent mark, they would have snapped your hand off at that. 330 USD in 2021 potential. Yeah, Marco says 5 to 7. It's not impossible to hit them numbers, but I think overall the overall crypto market would need to grow as well to hit them types of numbers, which I do expect to happen. Like, I done my coin market cap video there a few days ago, and that wasn't meant to be an overall, this is the only thing that impacts price. That was more a video to put things into perspective on where we are and where we would need to go in overall valuation to get to the big numbers that people are talking about. So obviously supply and demand is a big factor. Adoption is going to be a huge factor, and the adoption is going to be based on the rollout of Gogan and of some of the other deals like Africa that are in the pipeline. So I'm going to do a part 2 to that video to go a little bit deeper into what other types of factors will affect the market and affect the overall price of ADA, because the first video did get a lot of good feedback, so I will dig into it a bit more. Yeah, $50 would be twice the overall market cap of Bitcoin. Yeah, I did touch on that in the market cap video. $5 seems somewhat reasonable. Yeah, look, $5 is reasonable to me. 3 to 4 this year is a very good number, and if we get complete spikes at the top, then look, your $5, $6, they're not out of the question, but they wouldn't be ones I would be expecting anyway. When will ADA go back to its all-time high? Hopefully in not too distant future, but again, we're overall dependent on Bitcoin within the market. So the reason that ADA was moving up while Bitcoin was moving down over the last while was because we're on such a huge growth here. This is the ADA BTC chart, which is the one that I tell people to always keep an eye on just to see how we are performing against Bitcoin. So you can see we had an absolutely massive run up here. This is a 4-hour chart, so every candle is 4 hours. And after hitting a peak of 3,200 sats, we had the initial pullback, got a bit of a bounce here, and then all the way right down here. Where we got the bit of support is around 2,200 sats. So you can see back here when we were starting this big run up here, we went up and had a bit of a pullback to around that 2,200 sats. When we fell down here, it was in around the same level. We got support up, bounced back down again. Now again, this wick was due to whatever went on some exchange where someone must have made a big mistake with their sell, and again it was down to the 2,200. So to me, there seems to be buying pressure at the 2,200 sats level right now on the ADA BTC chart. So I will be keeping an eye on that, and I will put an update. It's not strong enough right now for me to actually raise my support level up to it. I would still say the main support is down at the 2,000 sats level. But if this can continue up, then maybe 2,200 may be our new level of support for the ADA BTC chart. Let's see where I'm on questions. More about $50 predictions. Can't rule it out ever happening within Cardano, but it's not happening in the next few years anyway. Well, look, I would be extremely happy to be proven wrong on that. Don't think that I wouldn't like to see a $50 ADA, but when you look at what's involved in getting to them types of figures, it's just not in this realm. Look, we're going to go into the multiple trillions of dollars in market cap overall within cryptocurrency. And then when you get up there, bigger numbers are possible then. But I always like to look at now, the next few months ahead, and not be looking at depending on these crazy numbers right now. 3mx, not sure. Do you think we might retest the dollar? Yeah, we came down and nearly tested the dollar this morning. So again, 102 for me will still be the support on the 80 USD. Failing that, we come down to the 95.6 level. So where else are we on questions? Babel fees is not good for Cardano. I think Babel fees is a really good feature for the adoption of Cardano. So with Babel fees, the fees are still paid in Cardano on the back end, but to the user sending the native assets, then when they send them, what happens is there's agreements on the back end, and there's basically DEX functionality there where the SPOs will be able to send a parallel transaction that pays the ADA for the native asset transaction. So what's happening in the back end is all Cardano ADA transactions, which again, in the overall cycle, we need more transactions to put in more fees into the pot that pays out staking rewards and also pays for the development of the blockchain. So overall, I think Babel fees is a really good feature, because what happens sometimes is, well, not sometimes, a lot of times with Ethereum is people get these ERC20 tokens and they withdraw them to wallets, and it's only when they go to take them out of their wallets, they get all these errors that they don't have the right amount of gas to pay the fees. They don't understand that you also have to hold ADA, or not ADA, you also have to hold Ethereum to pay the transaction fees for ERC20 tokens, where with Babel fees on Cardano, you won't need to hold ADA as well. Right now for the native assets, I'll show you in the wallet actually, the native assets and how they're working right now. You need to send the ADA with it. But in time, when Babel fees are fully in, I think that that's all handled on the back end. What else have we? Yeah, it is a medium to long term for me as well. It's not a short term play, although if you look at the performance over the last few months, then you would think that it was a huge long term play. When I started the channel, it was down at 8-9 cents and now peaked out at 150 for now. I think we will go back up and break that. That's actually the ADA BTC chart. But actually, we'll get on and I'll just show you the native assets. And I'll show you in Daedalus first. Can you guys see this? I need to switch my screen. Okay, so you should see Daedalus coming up here. And this is the Flight Wallet. So again, Flight Wallet is the test version of Daedalus. So what happens is when Daedalus are releasing new features, they put them out on the test wallet first. And then if everything works properly, that's when you will then get the release on the main Daedalus wallet a week or two later with all the features in. So you can see this is how it looks. So it looks a little bit different to Daedalus. You can see this section here with tokens, and these are native assets here. So you can see these are Spacecoins that I got, and shout out to Eye of the King on Twitter. If you guys don't follow him, he puts out some really good short edited videos of Charles and of everything that's going on. So give him a follow on Twitter as well. He sent me over 10,000 of these Spacecoins this morning. Now look, right now they don't have any value, and actually let me bring up the chat again. If someone can post an ADA address in the chat, what I will do is I will send some of the coins just to show you how it works, how you can actually send them. So if someone posts an ADA address in the chat, I will take one. Don't go crazy with addresses or anything. I will send it, and what it will do is you'll actually get about one ADA as well in the transaction. But I'll show you how they send. When I go into send here, you can see I can put in the address. Actually, for sending these here, you can click on the send button, and then you put in the address, and then it will calculate the fees. If I look within Yoroi here, you guys should be able to see Yoroi now as well. Let me check, you can. Within Yoroi, what you have when you go to send is here, you can select the asset that you want to send. So you can see I have the same test wallet connected up to Yoroi and Daedalus here. You can see Spacecoins here, I have 10,000 of them. So the first address that appeared was Paul Miller. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to send you some Spacecoins. Let me put in, oh, not ADA, sorry. So I need to send Spacecoins and I want to send 500 of them. Does it calculate? It's calculating the fees. I'm not sure if I need to send some ADA with this as well or how this will work, but we'll see. So far, I've only seen it work within Daedalus, but we'll test it here and see anyway. So, Spacecoins, receiver address, 500. And put in the password. And, oh yeah, so you can see it's going to send you 1.48 ADA as well. So, let's send. And the transaction is gone there. So, I think that was Paul was the first. Yep, Paul Miller should now get some Spacecoins. You should get them in your wallet. We'll see that in a minute that it is sent. Let's take a few more addresses. So, Angel Ivan, let's send some. Again, you're going to get 1.48 ADA as well. So, if you guys want to send these to someone else, just to spread it out to show people how it all works, you can do that too. So Spacecoins going to Angel Ivan as well. And we will send. So again, there's another 500 Spacecoins gone out. And let's see, what else have we got? Peter Bond is the last one that came in there. Again, I'm just picking addresses at random here, guys, from the chat. So let's send again. And this is how easy it is to send the native assets. Right now, you have to attach the ADA to it as well. What has changed? It's all okay. Send. I received from the Spacecoins 500. Next. And that's it, sent there as well. So look, what have I left? How many Spacecoins have I actually left? Doesn't tell me here. Should tell me when I go in here. Alright, so I can see 9,000 should, that's wrong actually, because I sent 3 transactions. So 1, 2, 3, it should be 1,500 left, I think. I might send some more out after. Where am I? Was there, did I miss any? Yeah, so there is a fee in ADA. Look, the fee, you send it with, you send the ADA as well right now. I do presume when Babel fees come in properly that is handled on the back end. For now, I have to send the ADA with it. But look, this is what we will call version 1 of it. And you can see there that for sending all of them, it cost me 5 ADA. But again, I don't really mind about that right now. This is just to show you guys the functionality, show you how this actually works, how native assets are now actually transferable on the blockchain as well, which is a great step to see. The functionality of how the fees work will be changed in time. So let's see. Staked, received, worked well, thanks. Okay, Paul got them, he confirmed there. Great to see. Where to send? Where am I? Sorry, I'm just back looking at the comments now to see what I missed. Dylan, 45 ADA staked. How does voting work? So voting, if you haven't registered for voting now, you can't do it for Fund 3. But Fund 4 registration will be open. I need to check the dates. I'm not sure what date it actually is for opening of Fund 4. So what else have we got here? BTC free falling. Let's go and take a look. Oh yeah, BTC having a nice big dump right now. So going from, it's only an $800 dump. For Bitcoin, that's not huge, but it does not look like it is finished yet. Really what you will be looking for here when you see these types of dumps here is to get the support again at around that $46,000. You can see it has been a level that we haven't fallen too far below. So again, here can you guys see that? I'll pull it over here. So back here, it held up fairly well. Here as well, it dropped through it a bit of a bigger dip here down to 43, but back above it fairly quickly. So if this continues to fall down here, what I will be looking for is around the 46. If we break the 46, then the dollar mark on the ADUSD chart is going to be in jeopardy as well as this overall uptrend. But unfortunately, as all assets within the cryptocurrency space are tied to Bitcoin right now, there's not a lot that can be done about that. So you can see back within this downtrend. Again, let's see how it plays out. ADA BTC holding up relatively well. So after being on a bit of a run, trying to push back up here again, the price, we'll have to see how that stabilizes once this particular dump on ADA works. Where can you get rewards? So Peter received the Spacecoins as well. Where can you get rewards for voting? So they are distributed after the votes and after the final count is all done. So I think that will be a few weeks before you get the rewards then. Appreciate you delegating to the pool, Heather. What are Spacecoins? Spacecoins were created by Kyle on Frogpool. Here we go. So Kyle here has created the coins, and he also runs the stake pool Frog. Does a lot of good work within the community. So you will go over and give him a follow. He's definitely worth a follow on Twitter as well. He's the guy who created them. Right now they are there to kind of help the community just see how things work. And what's going on is there's lots of people are just out here sending out the coins, because look, as you see, you do put the ADA with them to send the coins out, but again, it's a great way to see how this all works. So right now they don't have utility or value, but who knows what they will have in the future. So where are we on the questions? So staking, why, how, where? If you take a look around my channel, you'll see lots of videos around staking. I would say one of the ones to start with is the one about the best wallet to hold your Cardano in, or the staking FAQ. Or if you go to cardanowithpaul.com, up the top there is a staking FAQ tab. Click into that and it has all of the common questions that I get asked about staking, and there's lots of video tutorials within all of them as well. So staking, that was, and rewards. Elrond sale right now. Elrond's another one I'm not in. Joan is in. Paul 2. No, Paul 1 or Paul 2 are fine. There was the announcement yesterday that the K parameter is now not changing within March. So initially the overall timeline was to change it within March, but that's now been pushed out. What they're doing is looking at some of the other parameters around the network with the likes of AO, which is pledge, and trying to see what is the best formula. So that looks like it's been pushed out into Q3. So again, when I get updates, I will let you guys know. But for now, that's how it's working. So again, you don't have to worry about pool 1 being saturated now or anything like that. So both pools are good to go. What else have we got? Streaming use. Yeah, streams on YouTube about scams. If you ever see Charles streaming and there's addresses to send funds to or anything like that, it's all a scam. The same way I just done that, giving away the Spacecoins, it was me asking for an address that I can send to. I wasn't telling you send me something first so I can send you double back or anything like that. So never ever send your coins to anyone who is asking for them. You can happily receive them, but don't ever send anything first. All of these things about send me something and I'll double your coins or whatever, that's just, it's just going to be a scam. Where am I? Where did I get up to in the chat? How many days? How many days before your first reward? It takes 15 to 20 days to get your first returns in the pool. And then after that, you will get them every 5 days. Then once whatever pool you're in is producing blocks. That was about the scam. We have addresses. The decentralization should happen by the end of March. If you look in the delegation center here, you can see that currently we are on 88%. We're 88% decentralized. Actually, you guys can't see that screen. Now you should be able to see it. So we are 88% decentralized, and when D equals 0, that's when we will be 100% decentralized. And what that basically means is that 100% of the blocks will be minted by the community stake pools rather than a certain percentage being delegated or being assigned to IO input output. So that's the D parameter. If anyone's seen the article, that's what the D parameter references. It comes down by 0.02 every epoch, and that is since the beginning of staking. So it started at 1.0, comes down by 0.02 every epoch, and currently we are up to 88%. So when you look at it the opposite way, this goes up by 2% every epoch. Can we hit $2 by the end of March? It's possible. Again, 133. Once we get above that, then we'll see where we can go. Why was staking in Exodus 4.21 and now 6.47? Really, when you stake with Exodus, what you're doing is you're staking in one of their stake pools. So the percentage is going to go up and down all the time. So this is the same no matter where you're staking or who you are staking with. Most stake pools will average out at 5 to 5.5% over the year. So you will have some epochs are going to be better than others. So some epochs you'll get really high rewards, some you'll get lower, but on average it comes out to be that 5 to 5.5%. So I would say no matter what Exodus are saying on the front end, then you are going to fall in between that 5 to 5.5% as well. Current epoch for the pool. For pool 1, we are... How many blocks have we got? We have 11 blocks so far of, I think, expected 19. So we should be in around that 5% for this epoch, just over 5%, I think. But again, we just have to wait and see that all blocks that were assigned in the slot lottery comes in. Pool 2 wasn't active for this epoch. When you redelegate, the wait period restarts for the new pool, but this is when you redelegate. When you redelegate, what happens is the wait time starts for the new pool, but you will still be getting rewards for the older pool while you're waiting for the new pool to kick in. Are there ICOs on the Cardano platform? No, not yet anyway. There might be some version of them in the future when native assets and smart contracts and everything is live. But for now, they aren't live on Cardano. So cryptocurrencies will have their Amazon moment after Coinbase debuts in the stock market. Hopefully it should bring more attention. Let's see how it all plays out. So where else are we? Oh, the 0% rewards. Yeah, that's within Daedalus. The potential rewards feature within Daedalus isn't accurate. It's something that I get asked a few times every day, and I don't know why exactly it's not showing the right. For Pool 1, we've produced blocks within the last 12 epochs, so realistically, I would be hoping that the next turn of the epoch, it does change for that pool and gives us a proper ranking, but we will just have to wait and see. Unfortunately, it's out of my hands on what it does, but if you do delegate, then you will be getting rewards there. No, there's no danger of losing rewards if you don't claim them, and personally I would say you don't need to claim them unless you want to move them out of the wallet, because every time you claim them, then what happens is you pay a transaction fee. Now if you have a lot of rewards there, the transaction fee doesn't matter, but if you have smaller rewards, paying even 0.17 ADA is going to start to add up after a while, and rewards are automatically staked for you. TA, I appreciate the 100 knock. I think that could be my first ever super chat as well. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Is ADA going to have a big dip? ADA shouldn't have a big dip on its own. The market could have a dip, but ADA shouldn't get one just on its own. Again, we see Bitcoin is starting to pull itself back up here. I'm not sure what caused this here because I'm not following what's going on at the minute, but again, if it is going to have a dip, Bitcoin should dip first, and then you will see the rest of the market following it down. Personally, I would look to be getting support now. I think we've been falling long enough. Cardano will be dominant in 5 years. Yeah, if Cardano stays on the path that it's on, it should be an extremely big player in the market within 5 years. Look, it's already the number 3 cryptocurrency, but I mean in terms of adoption and usage of the blockchain. So about if you get new ADA on your wallet, will it take 15 to 20 days? The original ADA that was in your wallet will keep earning while you're waiting. Any new ADA will have that 15 to 20 day wait period before you actually get paid out on it. I do have a video actually on my channel as well about when when will you get paid your staking rewards? And in that, I go through the timeline and how everything works. Basically, there's snapshots at the end of every epoch to see how much funds is in an epoch, or how much funds is in a wallet. And then that counts for the epoch after the one that the snapshot is taken. So anything you put in now before the end of the current epoch, which is in 2 days, then them funds will start earning the epoch after next, and then the payout for that will be an epoch later again. So it works out at the 15 to 20 days that you get your payout, but you are earning before that. If Cardano will allow... Yeah, so will Cardano allow services like Uniswap? I would definitely expect them to come at some stage. I would expect them to follow along fairly quickly after the smart contracts are available. Krista, thank you very much for the $10 super chat. I really do appreciate that. Duke Davis, again, $3. Thank you so much. Guys, you don't need to do the super chats. I'm happy to go. I do seriously appreciate them. And I am really happy to come on here and be able to help answer questions, because I get such a volume of questions outside of this. Sometimes I'm starting to struggle to get back to everyone. So I think the regular live streams on a Friday will be a way to try and get back to people a lot quicker. Leon Moore, thank you so much as well for the £2. ADA peaked, I would say definitely not. I don't expect 149 or 150 to be the peak for ADA in this bull market. I expect us to go a lot higher. It's just when the time frame of that happens, we don't really know. Cardano has no reason to dip, only price correction. Yeah, I don't think... Really, we don't need a dip at this stage, even in terms of the overall market movement here. So again, staying above this line, so you can call this here our dip back down to the support level. And now really, from a technical standpoint, ADA should be primed to have another leg up from here after... talking too much. After getting the support down here, it should be ready to move back up. But unfortunately, as I say, we are still coupled with Bitcoin, and we also need Bitcoin to get that support as well. So let's see, what else am I missing here? So highly doubt that is the peak. Look, obviously none of us know for sure, but I don't think this bull cycle within crypto is anywhere near the finish right now. I think it is a long way to go, especially when you see new institutions excuse me, coming out every day talking about it, being linked with Bitcoin. But when they come out and they get linked with Bitcoin, generally that will start to flow down as well. Where am I? Dollar cost average. Yeah, look, dollar cost average is always good. Paper wallets on Yoroi. Paper wallets, I done a video actually, I don't think it really got many views at all before Christmas on how to give funds away. Really right now, the paper wallet functionality isn't there properly. You can do it within Yoroi, but another way that you can actually do it is just create a wallet and put in whatever funds you want, then delete the wallet and keep the seed phrase safe. So essentially that is basically a paper wallet as well, because when you create it, you just write down the seed phrase and then you can keep that, and that's your paper copy. So keep that safe, and that's what you would need to ever restore the wallet, or if you want to give that to someone else. So if you want to give ADA to someone else who has no idea what Cardano is, you create a wallet within Yoroi. You take down the seed phrase on paper or wherever you want. Yeah, on paper, not a digital copy. Take it down, seal it up, give it to the person, and then whenever they are actually interested, so you put some ADA on it, and then whenever they are actually interested in it and ready to learn, they will then look at it and they can restore that wallet and see what the ADA is worth. So if put my wallet... Yeah, so you can always, Dan, you can always add more to the wallet that is delegated. When you stake first, you delegate the full wallet. So what that means is that any new funds added to it, whether it's rewards, whether it's new ADA added by you, it is all auto-staked for you. It just is a different timeline on when the payouts come. So it will be 15 to 20 days before you get a reward on the new funds that are added, but you still earn on the other ones on the original amount while you're waiting. So what else have we here? Looking at the 1 day chart, you'd think it's going up. Yeah, look, for me, even looking at this on the shorter time frame, I would expect it to go up from here. Magic had a big order at $1. We only got to $1.04. Yeah, I would say that my support is in around the $1.02. So even coming back down again, I would be looking at that $1.02 as the support. There's nothing to say that we don't wick down through it and hit the $1 though. Do I have a video? I don't have a video showing how to set up a stake pool. There is some good links out there. I will put some links out on some guides that are out there on how to set them up. When do you think I shouldn't buy it? I'm buying from 40 cent. To be honest, my levels of where to buy ADA are changing all the time. So if you asked me 6 months ago, would I buy ADA right now? I would have told you no. Or would I buy ADA over $1? I probably would have said no, that I think it will be too high. But them levels constantly move up as we see the market evolve and as we see how things are progressing. So right now, I would say I wouldn't buy at 150, but when we get to 180, then 150 then starts to look like a good buy at that stage. So it's all about how the market evolves over time, how the demand is, how the adoption is growing. So then prices will change all the time, but it's something that I talk about a lot here on where are places that I would potentially be buying. Or for me, what I do a lot of the time is more putting longs into the market. So leverage trades on the market, which I don't recommend for anyone who is in any way new to trading. Sharon asking about getting in. I can't give out advice on where to buy as I'm not a financial advisor. The general approach I say to the market is a DCA method is always good, and that is dollar cost average. So that is where you put in a buy, you split up the money you want to put in. So say you put in 30% of the money, say you have $100. You buy with $30 at the market level, then you set lower orders in the market. So you would set one down here for another $30, another one down here for 30, and maybe 10, or the amounts at them levels can be different. So I would say what you do is you put in some at the current, and then if it starts to fall, the reason that you put in the levels down below is that it brings your average buy price down. And how much you put at the top level of them list of orders versus the bottom depends on your outlook on the market as well. So if you are looking shorter term, I would say put your bigger orders down lower. If you are looking long term and you don't really care about saving a few cents here and there on your overall buying price, then you can afford to go a little bit heavier on the higher prices. Income tax, I generally stay away from it because it's such a touchy subject. I think there is actually a video that I shared. Where's it gone now? I found an Irish guy on YouTube that I'll put it out below this. Let me see, can I actually post this in the chat? Oh no, that's my stream. I'm just trying to look for this just when it is on tax, because I get asked about this a lot. So posting a video there that I found this morning, just randomly came across it, so you can check that out. That guy there seems like a really good guy. I have no idea, never talked to him or anything like that. Found his video randomly, and he talks about the taxation on cryptocurrency in Ireland, so it's worth taking a look and see what you think as well. Michael Saylor said, anyone involved? Yeah, like Michael Saylor is a very big advocate of cryptocurrency right now, and it's really great to have someone like him involved and pushing cryptocurrency out there to institutions and really pushing on adoption. So I see we now have about 660 people online. Thank you very much. Anyone who hasn't subscribed, anyone who's new, please do hit the subscribe and notifications. Videos here are generally all about Cardano. The one today is more answering general questions. When we get on a little bit more, the live streams will have set topics and stuff like that. But for now, it's just whatever people want to ask. And don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't done so already. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. And I want to get these types of sort of educational videos out there rather than the complete Moonboy videos that people come in on them. They don't hit the huge targets that they were told they would hit, and then they jump out, they sell, and they give crypto a bad name, and it's like, oh, it's a rubbish project, it's nothing, it didn't hit the $50 I was told it would hit within a month. So getting proper content out there, I think, is really good overall for the ecosystem. So under $2 is legend. If you wait 1 year, you'll be rewarded. Yeah, I think in a year we will be a lot higher than we are now. That's, again, personal opinion. Price prediction for end of year. Again, once we get above this line up here, 133, that's when I will then look to see where we can potentially go. So how quick we get above this line and hold it as support. So that would be going above, coming back and testing it. That's when I will then look to see where we can potentially go. Dollar cost average at 124. Look, if you're looking long term, then 124 I don't think is going to be a bad price either. ADA should get to $7 this year. A little bit high for my own projections, but it's a lot better than expecting a $50 ADA. I'm thinking in around the 3 to 4 would be a good range. Hey Carlos, yeah, I was added into an ADA Geeks Facebook group a group on Facebook today. Had a quick look around, didn't get to look around fully yet, but it really does look like a lot more level-headed predictions and talk in there than you see in some places. So I think it's a group that I'm going to like as well. Where am I from? I am Irish, from Ireland. Some people expect me to have a Dublin accent or a Conor McGregor accent, but there's a lot of varying accents. For a small country, we have a lot of diverse accents in it. So, where are we? Bring this in a bit more. Crypto Crow thinks ADA hit 65. I did watch that video. It's not out of the realms of possibility. I'd be a bit worried if we fell that far, that how quickly we could actually get back up again. But I did see the reasoning behind it, and it's not impossible to do. That's all I'd say. And look, pullbacks within a market are always going to happen. I wouldn't like to see that severe of a pullback, to be honest, for the overall market structure. Matt says he hopes it hits 70 cent again. Look, even though I expected pullbacks and stuff like that could happen, I'm not personally selling at these levels. If we did fall to them levels again, then it would be a buy for me personally. I expect long term ADA to do extremely well, hence all of the time that I put into it. Kaizen Crypto. I watch Kaizen's videos as well. He is a really good guy to follow. For a lot of information around Cardano, he puts out a lot of good content. And before I started my own channel, I was watching Kaizen as well to get a lot of information on Cardano. Where are we? SNX, it's not a coin I have followed at all. I have been very deep down the Cardano rabbit hole the last few months. I do need to get more structure around what I'm doing so that I can start looking at other coins and overall market to get a better feel for things. But for the last while, I've been basically 100% invested time-wise within Cardano. Most people want to hodl ADA long term. Yeah, look, if you had a crystal ball and you knew what the peak of the bull run was, then selling at the peak of the bull run would always be the best thing to do. But in reality, nobody knows what the peak of the bull run actually is. For me personally, once we get to certain levels, I would like to start selling rewards. I don't have any plans to sell my ADA that I'm holding, the bag of ADA that I see as my long-term fund. For me, it would be starting to sell off some rewards and having that passive income there. Where am I? Coinbase listing will rocket. It will give an initial rocket up, then we'll have a pullback, and then we will start to gradually go up again. It won't pull back to where it was before. I expect if a Coinbase announcement happens, we'll have a huge rocket up with FOMO, then we'll have the pullback, probably a decent pullback, before we start to climb back up slowly again. Yeah, Irish from Ireland. Depend when we'll see the full power of ADA. Yeah, look, the predictions are going to depend on when we have smart contracts and Goguen and adoption. So other projects coming over, because there are lots of unknowns. Like I talk about technicals here, but I would always say that fundamentals come into things as well, and how the project is progressing and adoption. That's when real, I suppose, price action as well can happen based on what's going on outside of the chart. So if we got Cardano, the price would spike. If we got Coinbase, the price would spike. If we got a big project coming over, if Celsius actually, lots of people get excited about Cardano being on Celsius. For me, it's fine. That's grand. But if Celsius was on Cardano, to me, that is extremely exciting. Now, there has been thoughts about it, and there has been talks about it, and hopefully that will happen at some stage, and that is when we would start to see a lot more adoption. If a project the size of Celsius was able to move over, that would be huge for the project. Cody has been fantastic. Yeah, I have had an eye on it, and it has been going very well. It will be 43k per coin in 2086. Can I screenshot that and hold you to it if I'm still around? Well, I don't know if I'll still be around at that stage. Where am I? The no stake pool key. What that happens if you're doing that in your eye, normally when you refresh the browser, it comes back up again. Thank you very much for the super chat there as well. Rats pool. That's the one that's Charles's pool, isn't it? That's running on the pies. I haven't looked into it much yet. I think that's the one, if I'm not mistaken. And it's been run by students. So it's great to see initiatives like that coming up as well. It's something I need to look into a bit more, but I haven't yet. There's lots of pools running on pies as well. And I really love the concept of doing that. And maybe in the future it's something I can look at, but for now I keep the high-end servers until we see what's actually needed within Goguen, within smart contracts. When we have real adoption, that's when I want to see what is a viable server to be able to run this on at that stage. But for now, I keep the high-end servers. That it means that they're scalable at the touch of a button, and if anything else is needed, which probably will be with Goguen, Coinbase and Gemini will solidify. Yeah, both will give a big spike. I'm starting to lose my voice here. We are on an hour now at this stage, so I am going to wrap it up. I do hope that it has given people some value and answered some of the questions that are out there as well. So if you guys have any other questions, leave them in the comments down below. I'm looking at maybe putting some more structure on my videos now as well going forward, where I will do set days or set times where it's maybe Monday, Wednesday are pre-recorded videos with set topics, because personally when I'm looking for info on a topic, I like to have a pre-recorded video because it gets straight to the point. There's no in and out trying to find what you want, and then maybe on the Friday doing the live streams like this. So I will work that out. I will announce it. Thanks very much to everyone who tuned in, everyone who gave the video a like, everyone who subscribed. I really do appreciate it. And it was great to be able to show you guys how Spacecoins native assets work as well. If you haven't hit like yet or subscribe, make sure you do it. And thanks very much, guys. I really do appreciate everyone tuning in and delegating to my stake pools as well. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.